Hey there, Pisces. Welcome to your reading for the week of, sorry, the cards are messing up, October 30th. We're just going to jump right in here, Pisces, and get started. Sure, we'll take all three. You have this time for a nap card, you have this fates card, and this message in a bottle card. I'll show you in just a minute. Again, if you need to rest, relax, recover, definitely take the time to rest, relax, recover, do whatever you have to do. That's what that kind of time for a nap card says. I also feel that you shouldn't try to force things to happen in general. With that time for nap card, if you feel like you're, it's just like a message that's popping into my head right now that if you feel like you're really having to force something to happen, I feel this is saying, get into that allowing mode. Just allow things to happen because it'll make your life a lot easier. So, there you go. Trust me, as a Pisces, I've tried forcing things my whole entire life and it never worked. So there you go. But, you have the Queen of Wands, the Emperor, and the Fool. So there could be a very passionate new beginning coming in for you because you have this romance card. You go Fool, Ace of Pentacles to the Empress. Again, the love readings have been pretty good for you, Pisces, at the end of the year here. So, and I literally told you at the beginning of the year that I felt like love for Pisces would be better at the end of the year, like the second half of the year to the end of the year. So, that seems to be definitely true. So I would be getting out there and trying to meet new people. If you need to rest, relax, recover, I would, do that. I kind of feel like you're leaving this though, and you're about to get into a very busy time. Just soaking all this up here, it looks to me like you're about to actually get very busy. But again, if you need time, extra time, I would do extra things to make sure that you are getting enough rest and enough recovery and all that other good stuff, like developing good sleep habits and, all that other stuff here with the time for a nap card for sure. You have the message in a bottle and this fated card, this fates card as well. I love both these cards, but the fates card kind of says that there could be a fated something, something that's fated in your life coming in for you. The message in a bottle card, I literally do feel this could be communication from a new person because you have the Ace of Pentacles. I didn't even realize you have the Emperor and the Empress. So, definitely divine counterpart time if you're looking for love. But I also kind of feel that you have been, asking the universe for direction, and I feel that this could be the message in a bottle. I don't really feel it's a message in a bottle. I think you're just, getting some answers from the universe based off of something that you've asked for. So, there you go. You have the Queen of Wands, as always, very attractive at this time, Pisces. I kind of feel this is your energy. Doesn't matter what gender you are. So, I would get out there. I feel like people want to pay attention to you, but again, if you're in your house like a typical Pisces, then you're going to have a hard time meeting new people, especially if you want love. As always, with the Queen of Wands, this is literally critically very important to you, Pisces. For you is to follow your desires, literally out of all the signs. You, number one, number two, Aries, you have the Emperor here. So again, but mostly you, I think that is a critical time for Pisces to really pay attention to their desires, meaning what your heart is telling you to do. If you feel excited about an idea, for work, business, doesn't matter. It could be love as well. You could be excited about an idea in love, or something that you're working on in your life. Like I said, really doesn't matter what it is. I would move in those directions. People cannot see your vision, Pisces. I think that's the Pisces challenge, right? Is that you have these crazy visions and, people don't understand where you're coming from because you're like an alien, Pisces, and, really you need to execute on these ideas anyway. You have this cat right here, and this black cat during the times of tarot, black cats were considered unlucky. So, the whole point of the card is that she doesn't care what anyone thinks. So you need to not care what anyone thinks if you're doing something weird or different with your life, or if you have unique ideas. Again, I always say, all astrologers will tell you that Aquarius is the innovator, right, in astrology. But really, if you look at some of the most successful innovators of all time, they were all Pisces. Steve Jobs, that's one example, right? There are a bunch of other examples. And, so again, to me, really, Pisces is the true innovator in, I would get moving on something that your heart is telling you to do. You have the Emperor, time to get moving. Again, Emperor is ready to take action. He wants you to take action right here. He's got this armor on underneath his cloak. Every single reading I've been doing for you lately has been get your ass moving, Pisces. So I definitely feel it's time for action. I do also feel that you could be attracting someone into your life here. It could be an Aries, you have Taurus, you have fire, you have air. It literally could be any sign that's coming in for you, but definitely giving me power couple vibes. You have the Fool, and again, I feel like the Fool is saying that it's time for you to take a leap of faith. I think that something that's important about the Fool as well is that he, is kind of like a contrarian. He maybe goes in unique directions, or he does things in different ways than most people would do them, right? And that's the whole point of the Fool, is that some people might see him as foolish, but the whole point of the Fool is that we're following the Fool's journey. And so the Fool's journey to me is basically like, prove it. Come up with a crazy ass idea for your life and then set off on the journey to prove yourself correct. And again, if you do that with the Fool, you will. I really get that there's some sort of like unique idea that could make you very successful here. With the Queen of Wands, you have the Two of Swords. Two of Swords is this or that thinking when there is a better way. I'll show you on this bigger one because it's easier to see. But she has this new island behind her. And I always say that new island, we don't really know what's over there, but it could just be a new way of doing things, a different way of doing things. And, I would be open to all new ways of doing things. Don't get stuck in the old ways, right? With the Emperor, you have the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is about walking away from things that no longer serve you. And, this is definitely something I would do. I mean, just based off your astrology in general, Pisces, like it wouldn't surprise me if over like the last 8 months or so, maybe even the whole entire year, sorry, there's something floating in front of me, but, if you maybe have had a lot of moments where you've, maybe gotten pissed off at people, or you've had enough of certain people in your life. And I'm not even talking about love. I'm talking about every single thing, right? And I think the universe is trying to get Pisces to stick up for themselves, as in like who you let into your life, who you don't let into your life. So, pay attention to those moments where you're sick and tired of people and you don't want anything to do with them anymore, right? I would just pay attention. With the Fool here, you have the Page of Cups. Yes, I definitely feel someone's going to take a leap of faith towards you here. I feel that someone could be making a move towards you, making you an offer, because we have the Ace of Pentacles to the Empress. It's like someone sees you as the Empress, and it really doesn't matter what gender you are. So, there you go. Definitely could be love coming in for you. Wouldn't surprise me. Again, yes, this is a weekly reading, but, it could be between now and like the beginning of the year. In your next row for the unexpected, you have this Despair card and this Official Person card here. Like, I feel this is how you see yourself. Right here. I feel like this is what you are, Pisces. I get this feeling of like imposter syndrome here, like feeling like you're not good enough, or maybe you're not valuing your value in work or business as well. Like if you're doing extra hard work, but you're not getting paid the right value, then it might be time to, number one, ask for a raise, or number two, go get something else, right? So I feel this has to do more with how you value yourself and like what you actually are is kind of what's popping into my head here. I also feel some of you could be a little extra lonely at this time. And again, but it looks to me like someone sees you as their person, as like their official person. You have the King of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, and the Five of Wands. King of Swords, card of knowledge and wisdom and discernment, being able, again, like I just said, being able to tell the difference between something that's for you or against you. And that's, kind of something that has repeated for you. Well, it's been mostly in your astrology. So, you've probably kind of picked up some skills of discernment. I also feel this could be you. It's funny because I feel for the past 2 years I've been saying that this is you, Pisces. Yes, I understand that this is an air sign, but I kind of feel you are embracing or have been embracing the energy of the King of Swords, like very matter of fact, very straight to the point, very much, kind of like just looking at wanting this like straight details, not the fluff of whatever it is that you're dealing with, right? So I kind of feel like you're just in that position, or that's your attitude, if that makes sense. You have the Ace of Pentacles. Again, I feel like there could be a very solid offer coming in for you here, going this way. Even if we go this way to the Two of Swords, there might be something very unique or different about the situation. So if a person is making you an offer in love, the Two of Swords could say that you don't see how it could come together. Maybe it's like long distance, or, the list goes on and on, right? There could be some sort of, blockage here. We're going to look into it when we get to the Two of Swords, but it is popping into my head. And the other thing is that I feel that, on top of all that, is that going this direction, I feel that you need to see that things can be different. I feel like you've been getting this or that for too long. It's like no matter what you do, like in work and business, love and health, it's like you either get one result or the other, just like on the Two of Swords. You're getting these two results. And so, kind of what this reading is leading me to is that I feel that there is, I don't know, I'm trying to think about how to say this, but it's like there's a different way for you to get results in your life, in every single little area of your life that you could possibly imagine, right? And so it's like, what's the blockage here? I like, part of me feels it's trusting your intuition, because she has this blindfold on the Two of Swords. You have that Queen of Wands as well. It's like your intuition, the black cat, right, is saying that what you really enjoy would be to live your life one way. But the thing that is stopping you is other people or maybe just your assumptions about like what society should be or whatever. It's like those types of things are what's holding you back, I believe, with the Two of Swords. So definitely something to think about. Again, I think that if you're like finding yourself comparing yourself to other people or thinking that things in your life have to go according to society's rules or whatever, I would break free from that, because again, literally, I believe personally that Pisces has went through everything that everybody's about to go through over the next like 10 years, right? You went through it over like the last 10 years, really go back like 2 years, then 8 years from there. So that like 8 years, right? You went through something very challenging, very difficult, probably since 2012, right? Just based off Piscean astrology. And I believe that your job during this time is to show people how to live. So, again, don't be afraid to, be a contrarian. Don't be afraid to, do things in your own way that might seem weird. Maybe people don't agree with it, but, it's like, it's kind of hard to argue with results, right? So it's like in the future, as you're getting, rolling in the dough with the Eight of Pentacles, or when you're getting results on whatever it is that you're working on, it's like people will be able to still judge you. They'll still be able to say, oh, that doesn't work, like whatever you're doing with your life, right? But you have the results. So you can't argue with results. With the King of Swords, you have the Lovers. Yes, someone is not talking here. Someone needs to speak up. So, again, Pisces, if you're interested in a person, I would speak up here. Could be any sign that you're interested in. It could also be like some of you, I do get secret admirer vibes. The Page of Cups is my admirer card. So there could be like a secret admirer coming in for you. It could be an earth sign. With the Ace of Pentacles, you have the King of Pentacles. You basically have Taurus twice here going this way. It could be any earth sign just in general, but, it's like there's some sort of not talking here with the King of Swords. The other thing is, I feel like you're playing it too safe, Pisces, with the King of Pentacles. It's like, again, I feel this whole reading is very simple. I feel it's saying that you have genius ideas and you're undervaluing them, mostly due to the fear of judgment. Pretty simple. So I think once you start proving things out, then there's nothing to fear, right? With the Five of Wands, I didn't even talk about the Five of Wands. Five of Wands is conflict and competition. And so you have the Page of Wands here. Page of Wands, I feel, is saying put things into practice, right? It's like if there are people who don't understand your way of life or whatever, there's no need to explain yourself to them or anything. Just live your life that way. Ignore the haters and prove it. Again, you can't argue with results. Next, in the area of what's coming towards you, you have this romance card and this charity card. So definitely could be love coming in for you here if you want love. I feel like it's someone very giving. Very caring, all this other stuff. Again, just based off your astrology, chances are, Pisces, you've dealt with like a lot of breadcrumbers, in your past. And, again, I would say, like, is this really connected to love astrologically? I would say no. But what I would say is that your astrology, like we said at the beginning of this reading, it's like you've had a lot of moments, I believe, where you've had to learn like who's right, who's wrong for you. So a lot of conflict, but we're not talking about like, this doesn't have to be like some sort of crazy conflict, right? But I'm just going to use that word. A lot of conflict in regards to people in your life. A lot of moments where maybe people have talked you into things, where people have, undervalued you or whatever. So I feel like you need to take those moments and you need to see that now you need to kind of like, I don't want to say prove them wrong, but now you need to kind of back yourself up, right? And but again, as far as love is concerned, I also think that type of energy, it's like people doubting you and everything like that. It's like maybe you've been in relationships with people who just doubt who you are, or doubt the things you say or whatever. And I feel like you're finally getting into something where someone knows exactly who you are. You have the Emperor and the Empress, divine counterparts. So you have the Empress, the Two of Pentacles, and the Two of Swords. Definitely someone who values you is coming in for you. I feel you could also be really focused on increasing your abundance here. with all the stuff that's going on here, like, don't be afraid to break rules as well, Pisces. I think this is true for all the water signs, but, if there is like a general consensus, don't be afraid to go against the grain, right? It's like if everybody believes one thing is true, don't be afraid to experiment with the other way of doing things, more or less, because, again, you might have the ability to do things that other people don't. And, again, you have that 8 years of experience, like I said, that other people are about to get over the next, but it's going to take them like 10 years, just based off the astrology. So your job is to help people find shortcuts, to help people when they go through what you went through, that type of stuff. But we're not talking about like directly helping them. We're talking about being a living example. That's what I believe. So that's what I would do. You have the Two of Pentacles here. Two of Pentacles, work hard, play hard. Yes, definitely. I feel like you need a hobby. You need something to do. You need something else to put your energy into. I think that you're in like a very focused time, and even if you're not feeling focused right now, I think as we move through the end of this year and get into the beginning of next year, your focus is just going to increase, which is not a bad thing. Again, I think you're going to be very focused on work and making things happen, but I also think you need to make sure to make time for the good stuff as well. With the, next you have the Two of Swords. We're going to take the Hangman with her. Why not? Typical you needing to see things from a new perspective. Literally what I said. It's funny that I did that. And the Hangman is you needing to see things from a new perspective. I'm going to double clarify this because why not? And, but literally all she needs to do is take her blindfold off, turn around, and she'll see the third option that is behind her. She just needs to see things from a new perspective. Boom. With the Empress, you have the Three of Swords here. Some of you are still holding on to a heartbreak, or someone is here, and that could be causing some problems in you getting a new connection. So I would definitely make sure to, heal, rest, relax, recover, let go of a past connection. With the Two of Pentacles, I feel like you need to, say, again, I definitely feel like you've had a lot of issues with people, just in general. And I feel that you need to realize that not everyone is going to stab you in your back, that not everyone is going to leave you out in the cold or anything like that. And again, I'm sure that some of you have been through some difficulties and challenges with, in regards to people doing you dirty and things like that. And I'm like, this is, again, just based off your astrology, it's mostly in other things other than love. It's mostly like in work or business or, even family members. But, these could also be, again, sometimes I think tarot is a little bit too dramatic, right? This does not have to be something super dramatic. It could be something, like I said, that's triggering you. I'll give you an example, right? It's like a couple years ago, I had the office, right? I had my office, my studio, and, basically, I got talked into getting the studio, right? Everybody in my life at that time was like, oh, you need a studio. You need to separate yourself away from the home and, all this other stuff. But it's like, I didn't want it, right? Everybody else wanted that for me. I did not create this business or create this channel to do that. And so I had like a lot of resentment, and it's my own fault because I could have easily stood up for myself and said, no, I am not going to get an office. That is not what I do. That works for you, doesn't work for me. I was way less productive when I had that. I was like tired because, I believe that when you're in that like resentment energy, it makes you more tired because you're just like wasting a bunch of energy resenting things. And this is a very Piscean thing, right? Us Pisces, we're literally here to learn to stick up for ourselves. So, and I was like 32 years old, right? I should have, at that point, I should have easily been able to stick up for myself. So I don't blame any of those people, right? It's totally my fault. I could have easily said no. So, again, I think maybe you've had a lot of those moments with the Ten of Swords, stuff like that, where, people talk you into things that you don't want to do. And then you do them anyway, and then you regret it, right? So I think that this is about, forgiving yourself, of course, for doing those things, forgiving those people, because it's really not their fault, really, even though people should keep their mouth shut, right? And, I would just try to let that go. And I would also realize that not everybody is the same. With the Two of Swords, you have the Knight of Pentacles. I'm telling you right now, it could be an earth sign coming in for you. I feel like someone as slow as molasses here, really. I don't know, I feel like they're second guessing themselves or something. Pisces, so if you want love, it's available to you. You could work with this person as well. That could be why they're slow, or slowly moving towards you. You have all these pentacle cards here, so it could be someone you work with. It could be a friend or something like that. Whenever I have, like, this isn't intuitive, but whenever I get something like the Knight of Pentacles, sometimes it just makes me think of, like, a friendship or something that doesn't want to be interrupted. So, it could be something like that, but, whatever. Take how it resonates. Next In the area of the good stuff, you have this perfection card. It says you will do much better than expected. What did I tell you? It's like some idea. Really, I think you should get away from love in this reading, because I think this reading is really talking about some sort of vision that you have for your life. And again, I feel like literally down here it says the perfectionist in you is causing you stress and delaying progress, right? So I feel like you need to get rid of perfectionism, and you just need to, make progress. You have this card that says explore the possibilities. Yeah, you have the Seven of Cups, and again, this is showing up in the good stuff. So the Seven of Cups, personally, I think is a good card anyway, but, when it shows up in the good stuff, it's definitely good. And there's like a lot of opportunity for you to be successful in your life with this reading. So you have the Eight of Pentacles, Seven of Cups, Eight of Swords. The Eight of Pentacles is like working on one thing and making it successful. So I feel for a lot of you that the Eight of Pentacles is saying there's a ton of abundance and success coming in for you here, and it's based off of work that you're doing. So if you're not working or not working on something, then obviously this message is not for you. I always get comments from people that are like, I'm retired. I'm like, well, I mean, I don't know, like, then obviously this message isn't for you. Also, just because you're retired doesn't mean you have to stop making money. It's like, I know plenty of retired people that like, grow corn in their backyard and they sell it on the side of the road. But like, if you're going to do that, why not be the best version of that, right? So that you can sell your corn for like a lot more money. I don't know, right? I would do something. So, there's no reason not to make money. And again, I think people retire. And like I always say, it's like, I have a new rule. It's like, we shouldn't be retiring and just rolling over and dying. That's what most people do. They roll over and die. Like, there's a lot of proof. Like when people retire, they like break their hip and stuff like that. Why? Because they're basically just have no purpose. So, again, what I would do is come up with some sort of purpose if you're retired. Start learning how to knit. Go learn how to do something. Become active. Do something, right? We're minnows here. We're not like just roll over and die people. So that's how it is. So the Eight of Pentacles, put in some work into something, because I think there's going to be a lot of success in whatever you're working on. I feel like you're starting to open up to the possibilities as well. This is like all the different ways that something could become more successful for you. And I feel it's like maybe you've been very closed off and you're just being more open as to how you can accomplish things. Even the Eight of Swords is only seeing one way of doing things when there are many ways of doing things. So I kind of feel that this is, showing up in the good stuff, the Eight of Swords say you're just being open to all the ways of doing things, which is exactly what you need to do. With the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Queen of Swords. Yes, I feel like you're clear on the actions that you need to take. How funny is it that you have the King and Queen of Swords here? Also, divine counterparts. So again, if you're attracting love, it's like this could be you, the Emperor and the Empress. It's funny because I think both people here have been through something. Eight of Cups, Three of Swords on each one, But it's like two people who need to talk to each other. So again, if you're interested in a person at work or your friend, I would talk to them, right? With the Seven of Cups, you have the Ten of Wands here. Ten of Wands is about carrying a heavy burden. And when it shows up in the area of the good stuff, though, it can say that you're releasing a burden. It can also say you're about to have a harvest. So it's like maybe you're not seeing like $1 bajillion this week, but, I feel like it's coming. With the Eight of Swords, you have the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is my card of conviction. It kind of says when you know that something is going to be successful, like when you truly actually believe that it's going to be successful, then it will be successful. And also you have two sevens here. Two sevens to me represents internal fears that don't exist. But I kind of feel like you could be overcoming some fear. You have this card, this dolphin card says, financial gain usually coming from something you did in the past. Are you kidding? Again, I think that there is just gain coming from something that you did in the past. It could be, I think it's like multiple things. Funny enough, also, the Eight of Pentacles is my card of, financial gain coming from something you've already done. To me, it represents material success on the horizon, meaning that you have been working towards something and now you're making money doing it. You have this Apple card. It says temptation will test you. I would be careful of anything, that is like toxic or, this could be like a person from the past or something like that. I would be careful of that energy here. I don't know. I feel like you'll know what this is. Like, I feel like you know what the temptation is. You have this Mountain Road card. It says you are on the road to success. There you go. Plain and simple. You have this vacation card. You need a vacation. Time for a nap there. Again, I think we talked about resting a lot in this reading. So maybe you need a staycation, a vacation, meditation, contemplation. I don't care. Do something. You have this dog card, dog far away. It says a distant friend is thinking about you. Yeah, if someone's thinking about your Pisces, definitely could be a friend who's like interested in you or a person who's interested in you. Someone just has to make a move here if you're looking for love. But overall, damn. This is a really good reading. I love it. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.